Oh my fucking god, I cannot even believe. Wow. Okay. So, hey everybody, welcome back to Just Plays Paranormasight. I, was running around trying to figure out what was going on, and, I just went back to just see if there was anything I missed in, like, the part on the timeline that was still lit up for Tsutsumi. And, I just randomly was talking to, Edio, and now all of a sudden this conversation about a pen is happening. So cool. The best part was I wasn't even recording, so now I have to start here in this very awkward spot. Sorry everybody. Welcome to this week's episode, where the fun never stops. Alright. So, looks like that agent over there is having some trouble with his pen. So if you've got a spare, go lend it to him. And for the record, I had Katsudon last night. No need to worry about me going senile just yet. I know I look like a genius, but I didn't think I came across as the type to carry spare pens on my person. You, a genius? You're dreaming. But if his pen just stopped working, he can get it going again with a bit of nail polish remover. Nail polish remover? Yeah, you know, what you use to remove nail polish? Never used it before? Do I look like I would've? Don't make me sound crazy for not having used this stuff. I doubt you have either. Oh no, I've used it alright. Did you know it can remove oil-based ink stains? Which is also why it can be used to fix old dried up pen nibs. Whatever's in there that removes the ink also doubles as a way to unclog pens. Huh, good to know. Still wouldn't call you a genius, but it's something. You gotta make sure that the remover doesn't mix with the ink, though, or it'll ruin it. Doesn't that defeat the purpose? Not to worry. I don't have nail polish remover on me right now anyway. Oh, no problem then. That doesn't fix anything. Long story short, I don't have a spare pen. Geez, alright, I'll let him know. What the fucking... Okay. Damn, dude. Alright, so we're gonna just skip through the rest of this real quick, I guess. Oh, okay. Alright, okay. Cool. Alright, let's go unclog this pen. Okay, items. Mop soap pen. Can be fixed with nail polish remover, I whisper in your ear. Huh? You can fix this with nail polish remover? What the? Why did that pop into my head all of a sudden? Well, might as well give it a try. This is one of Hihaku's warehouses. There might just be some nail polish remover here somewhere. Plenty of soap on these shelves, but no nail polish remover. What was in these cardboard boxes again? Disposed bottles and soap. I wonder if there could be... There it is! Nail polish remover! There's no label, but I'm sure that that's what this is. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Okay. Alright, so if I use this... The tip of the pen has been soaked in nail polish remover. I should be able to use the pen now, at least for a while. Okay, so now I need paper. Can I just use the fax machine? It happened again! The number for a fax machine just popped into my head! There's no way all of this information is coming from my own brain. Could someone be sending me their thoughts? Never mind. I have to focus. Let's get this message sent. Now, I need to tell them where I am. If I tell them everything I know about this place, they should be able to figure out where it is. I already know where it is. It's by the bridge. It's that abandoned factory that I kept trying to click on that we couldn't do anything with. First, I know I'm in a building owned by Hihaku, a factory or a warehouse. As for the address, it should be close to... Honoji Bridge. That's right! My curse echo is the beckoning light. That means this place must be near Honoji Bridge. Okay, time to send it. I think this is how you do it? Oh, sound of the fax machine. Alright. If the machine I sent it to is connected, it should be sent. Now I wait. Please, somebody... Okay, so we're gonna suspend. And then we gotta go back to Too Much to Handle. We gotta go to the house to get our fax. We're just pushing everybody around here. Oh, the phones. Be my guest. You wouldn't want to keep him waiting. Thank you. I shouldn't be long. Hello, Shigima residence. Oh, it wasn't the phone. Well, what's wrong? Nothing. It was just the fax machine. I'm still not quite used to it. Oh, this is a fax machine? Amazing! So this is how they look. This is incredible! Goodbye to snail mail, am I right? This is the future. Funny on its own, given the time frame that we all currently exist in, but also additionally funny because, like, you know, some of my bills still come via snail mail. I didn't think it would excite you so much. I really want these two to be, like, partners in crime. Oh, something came out! Is it finished? Oh, I could watch this thing all day. Huh? What is this? It looks like it was written in pen, but... What's it say? What's it say? It says... Help! I'm trapped in a Hihaku soap's warehouse or factory near Honoji Bridge. Huh? Hihaku? Why would somebody send me such a message? Am I being pranked? Nah, this is too fishy to be a coincidence. I wouldn't put it past Hihaku to have someone locked up if it's got anything to do with procuring the right. We should check it out. Hopefully we don't find anything so sinister. I have bad news. Bad news for you guys. Alright. After looking around, I determined the abandoned factory is indeed Hihaku's. An abandoned factory near the Honoji Bridge. Everything lines up. So, the person who faxed us for help is in there? Let's find out. If there's nothing, we should wrap up fast. But isn't this place locked? Don't underestimate me, ma'am. I can make short work of a simple little lock like this. Oh my. You truly are something else. Please be careful then. Okay, and then we gotta go back down here because we have to be Mayu to get rescued, and then once Mayu is rescued, she can tell them where, she can run into them at Hihaku. So, okay. Oh, man. Alright, it's all coming together. I just remembered that I heard the rules for the Rite of Resurrection when I got this curse stone. But killing other people to bring someone back? That's out of the question. Hajime would never accept sacrificing another person to come back himself. None of this was ever an option to begin with. The way we lived... Ever since we were kids, we were always ready to die if that's what it came to. We'd never take our foot off the gas just because we were scared of death. We were never such big fans of living anyways. That's why we were always prepared for it. I used to wonder if we took things a little too lightly. But that's just how much we trusted each other. So I have no use for some shitty right. And that's the truth, Hajime. Mayu's a fucking badass. Mayu's like, fuck yeah, baby. Will someone come and save me? Okay. I'm not sure what I do now. Did the fax work? I can only hope the person who gets it will come help me. What's kind of nice about this game is, like, it's very much one of the, Wait, what? Hajime, thanks for waiting. Aw, what's wrong? You're wasting that handsome face of yours looking like that. Hmm? You think? I think I am still plenty handsome. Can't argue with that. Are you not meeting with that girl today? Hitomi, I mean. Nah, she's off doing who knows what. That's too bad. I just found a hair catalog and I thought it would be perfect for her. Seems like you're pretty worried about her. Yeah, she reminds me of myself at that age. Can't help but worry. You think? I'd say she's a little ball of sunshine compared to what you were like. Shut up. I'm talking about emotionally. She needs an adult who can understand how she feels. She's like a kitten. She thinks everyone around her is out to get her, so she bites them all. Huh. You may be right. So tell her I want to see her, will ya? Sure, I'll do that, but, this other girl I ran into the other day is a tough case. Oh? She must really be something else if you don't know how to deal with her. No, it's not really that kind of thing. Some people just have so much misfortune thrown at them. What do you mean by that? Well, I can't really get into the details. But she might have the talisman I've been looking for. Said it was a memento from her father. Could we really be related? But it's not like I can just take it from her. What are you mumbling about? Who's related to who? Ah, sorry, it's nothing. It's about that thing with your family, isn't it? Is she the one who has the piece of the book that your ancestor left behind? Mayu, how did you know that? God, I forget how dense you are sometimes. How long have we been dating now? Besides, you were the one who came crying to me about it when you got wasted that one time. Rambling about why this old book you're supposed to inherit is hidden in these two talismans. And that something was giving you a bad feeling about it, and so you needed to be careful. Oh, right. That's all I know, though. And I wasn't planning to try and pry any further. But if it's something important that you need to protect, then what are you waffling about? Yeah, you're right. Thanks, Mayu. I feel better now. Oh, that's right. Did you hear? The mockingbirds were seen in Honjo. Huh? That came out of nowhere. Mocking what now? It's an urban legend about these bird stickers that show up out of nowhere. I was always kind of curious about them, but I never thought they'd be in Honjo. Maybe a bunch showing up all over town, so we gotta keep an eye out. You feeling alright? What's gotten into you? What's so special about these birds? Come on! One of them's a penguin with a pompadour! You can't tell me that isn't one of the greatest things you've ever seen! That's so dumb. That's right. He was trying to protect something left to him. Could that be the information that Hihaku wanted? Alright. I want to make sure I have all my birds. I'm missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, so this one's gotta be somewhere in the park. A weekly magazine. Fairly recent issue. The cover story is an interview with the chairwoman of Hihaku's Soaps. Not interested. Okay. Just checking everything. Oh, I just realized this says end. Okay. Okay, Mayu branch of chapter 2. Welp, I guess we gotta go back here. If Hihaku was no good, I don't know if we have any other options. Huh? What is it? That person coming this way. What, the tall guy? Do you know him? Yeah, from a little while back. Mr. Yumioka, over here! Oh. You're Gamyodo's manager, Mr. Yumioka, yes? Good to see you again. Miss Kurosuzu. Ah, what a coincidence running into you here. Gamyodo? Yumioka? Alright, before we talk to him, let's... Like, he's a little too nervous for just running into an acquaintance. So what kind of person is this guy? He's been trying to avoid eye contact with Mio since he noticed it was her. Something's fishy. You know him, Mio? Yeah, from a job a while back. How have things been since we last met? If she just stays with her training, she won't have to rely on cheating people anymore. Yes, she has been keeping at it. Cheating people? Miss Kurosuzu, so glad to see you are doing well. I assure you we've had no issues you need to concern yourself with. You gotta tell me what happened. A case from a while back. A family overseeing a reliquary came in to us, saying that they were being investigated by someone suspicious. Investigated? A psychic named Suigen Gamyodo suddenly showed up. She said that she had a premonition that something terrible would happen, and had to exorcise the temple immediately. Sounds like a cover for a burglary. After they notified the police, I was dispatched there by Paranormal Affairs. I inspected the place myself, but didn't see anything wrong, so I sent them away. He acted as Gamyodo's manager during the case. That is pretty suspicious. Apparently she was looking for something, but I told her there's no excuse for fraud and sent her off with a scolding. And honestly, Gamyodo didn't even have much spirit sense to speak of, which soured my mood on the whole thing. Right, so she was one of those types then. Well, she's involved in all kinds of stuff, so she may at least be knowledgeable about paranormal objects. If you have no further business with me, then I'll be on my... Oh, before you go. Gamyodo seemed to know a lot about paranormal objects. It will be a huge help if we could ask her about something. And what might that be? Is she familiar with an ancient text called the Record of Fate's Yin Scroll? Or anything about the descendants of an onmyoji named Tsuchimikado Seimon? I beg your pardon? Miss Kurosuzu, how do you... So you do know about it? I see. If that's what you're after, then that means... Hold it! Don't tell me you're trying to snatch up some innocent schoolgirls this time! Stop right there! Huh? Well, if it isn't Yumioka! What a pleasure seeing you again. What? Maya, Chozawa Mayu, what are you doing here? Huh? Chozawa? This investigator here helped me out. You really did a number on me. What do you know? We just happen to have some business with Hihaku ourselves. Why don't you join us? You can do that much for us, can't you? You work for Hihaku after all. Depending on how this conversation goes, I won't have to get the police involved. Huh? You work for Hihaku? What's going on? There's really no way you can refuse, though, is there? You two young ladies must be involved as well. Would you care to join us? Oh, sure. Quite the view, isn't it? How long can you play dumb with this many people lined up waiting for answers from you? You better just give in and come clean with everything you know. Ugh. Alright, before that, let's look around everybody's... We're hunting for birds, baby! He's clearly shaken by all this. Feels like he's desperately racking his brain for a way to get out of this. It's almost hard to watch. She's Chozawa Mayu, the fiancée of Yoshimi Hajime, the police officer. I'll have to talk to her about Hitomi later. We were introduced briefly earlier, but this flashy-looking guy is Private Investigator. I thought they were only like that in TV shows, but I guess they're pretty intense in real life, too. Mio is amazing, too, keeping her cool at a time like this. She must be used to dealing with adults by now. She was only introduced to us as the investigator's client. She's cool. Feels like we wouldn't stand a chance against a full-grown woman like her. Excuse me, are you new to all of this too? Oh, yeah, I guess I'm kinda just tagging along. Me too. Let's make sure not to get in the way, shall we? Yeah, right. Excuse me, I had no idea Gamyodo was connected with Hihaku. So I'd just like to ask, was it Ms. Yamamori from Hihaku who obtained the Record of Fates and passed it off to Araishi? No, that was not the case. Oh, my mistake. Was it Suiden Gamyodo's doing then? No, it was not. We first learned of the Record of Fates from Mr. Araishi. It was then that Ms. Yamamori gained an interest and extended a contract to compensate him in return for his research and findings. And who was it that activated the Feast of Shadows to call forth the Curse of the Seven Mysteries? I gave you my word that we had no part in that. We had learned from Araishi beforehand that something would happen at midnight last night, that is all. Hey! There's no way that's true! Stop lying! I must ask that you please refrain from violence. Hold on, Yako, it's alright. The minute I learned that Gamyodo was none other than the Queen of Hihaku herself, I felt that was the case. She doesn't have strong enough spirit sense for it. Oh, gotcha. Ugh. Well, it is somewhat shameful. If you require proof, then so be it. So, what? So that talk of supernatural powers was just hot air? I don't think she has zero spirit sense, but even Yako here has more than her. I do? Also, the spirit power lingering in this park has been bothering me for quite some time. The person who died here must have had considerably powerful spirit sense. If they were a Hihaku employee, then maybe they should have been the one running things. My, to think Okie Shogo was so talented. At any rate, Hihaku wasn't the mastermind behind exposing the Record of Fates to the world and initiating the Feast of Shadows. I think we can be sure about that. Alright. Now then, I've come to hand over the Haunting Clapper's curse stone like I promised. A curse stone? Thank you. I have to admit, I'm surprised you're a man of your word. But first, I've got some questions about the curse stones you already have. What exactly do you want to know? Earlier, you said that Hihaku had collected 6 curse stones already. 6? I'd like to confirm which of the 7 mysteries they correspond to. And why do you need to know that? Because I don't trust, of course. If you really had collected them like you say, you'd have no problem saying which curse stones they are, right? First, the Whispering Canal. Good, good. And what else? Chozawa Mayu over there has the Beckoning Light. Yep, you were the ones who made sure I got it. What? Unfortunately for you, I don't feel like handing it over. So I don't think it counts as one of yours. Good to know. Anyway, do continue. Next is the Ever-Burning Lantern, which we gave to Araishi Hideki. So you consider that one of Hihaku's, then? Whatever, we'll worry about that later. That's 3, what about the others? Well, the others are... the Footwashing Mansion and the Evergreen Beach. What? And lastly, the Fool's Procession, if I recall. So you claim. How about it, mademoiselle? That's wrong. Those 3 are with Inspector Tsutsumi. I gave the Fool's Procession to him myself, so I know he's wrong. There you have it. Too bad for you, pal. Ugh. If our agreement was founded on lies, then I have no duty to hand over my curse stone like I'd promised. Ugh. Meaning the only curse stone you have is the Whispering Canal. And it inevitably follows that you used it to kill the young man at Kinshibori Park. Such a horrible act, and to your own employee, no less. No, there you are mistaken. To be entirely frank with you, we do not possess a single curse stone. What? We planned to collect the dregs using any method available to us, of course, as we needed the right. But committing murder ourselves was too much of a risk. We intended on having others collect the soul dregs for us. Is that so? Great minds, Richter thinks. Therefore, I myself have no soul dregs in my possession. It was our plan to arrange for particularly greedy individuals to receive the curses. What? It is possible Okie Shogo came to possess the Whispering Canal because of that. But by the time I became aware of this, he was already dead. I don't believe you. Are you really trying to talk your way out of this now? Or do you really want me to believe that a Hihaku employee was cursed by complete coincidence? That is the truth, whether you believe me or not. If only we had the Evergreen Beach, eh? Must have been someone else entirely who took Okie Shogo's stone and killed him. I have no idea whatsoever whose hands the Whispering Canal is in now, nor where it may be. I'm assuming it's with, Yoko. Could it really be? And it wasn't Hihaku who put the idea in Nejima Fumichika's head to get the curse stone either. Nejima? The only ones we've negotiated with are Iwai and Araishi. Interesting. Excuse me, but does that mean you don't know the location of the remaining curse stones either? There's one that hasn't been mentioned. What about the Taiko of Tsugaru? Ooh, good question, my mysterious mademoiselle. I'm afraid I have no information in that regard either. Have you heard enough about the curse stones? You have nothing else to tell you. I'll cut to the chase, then. Are you the ones who killed Yoshimi Hajime? No, we did not. Don't try and play dumb now. If not you, then who? That much I don't know. Well, it is true that we were after the information he possessed. He was killed by someone else before we could acquire it. Which forced us to target you instead, Ms. Chozawa. And that's why you forced me to talk and why I ended up with this curse, huh? Indeed. Though I never thought you would escape. Well, it took a couple of miracles, but yeah, I got out. And just what information did Hajime have that you wanted? Really think you can get away without answering now? But... Fine. I'll let someone else ask you something for now. Excuse me, Mr. Investigator? What is it, mademoiselle? Would you be willing to give up the curse stone you have? Yes, you have a point. They're too dangerous to carelessly walk around with it in one's pocket. However, sorry to disappoint you, that's not possible at the moment. And why is that? You don't know, do you? Then I'll tell you both and our friend from Hihaku over there. I doubt any of you have attempted it yet. But it seems that curse stones cannot be given to normal people. Huh? What? I actually tested it with the madame here earlier. Even if you give the curse stone to someone else, the curse bearer doesn't change, and the stone eventually makes its way back to the bearer. It's almost obvious when you think about it, seeing as how the curse stones appeared to the curse bearers of their own accord to begin with. But Inspector Tsutsumi has collected curse stones from other curse bearers. Then Inspector Tsutsumi must be a curse bearer himself. Ah. So from what you're saying, curse stones can only be transferred between curse bearers. And obtaining a curse stone alone doesn't make someone a curse bearer, so they can't use its curse. Exactly. So they aren't quite as dangerous as you think. As for Hihaku's intention of just collecting the curse stones for themselves, unfortunately for them, it was never going to work, unless there's a curse bearer among them. Damn Araishi, how could he not know this? That must be why I sensed I couldn't take Yako's curse stone. I returned it right away when I borrowed it from her earlier. That's precisely how it works, my mysterious mademoiselle. I'll give you mine directly to the Inspector Tsutsumi later. If you know Inspector Tsutsumi, then I think that's best. Thank you. And you know about the Record of Fates Yin Scroll too, don't you? If you were researching the Rite of Resurrection in the Record of Fates, then you must have looked into the Yin Scroll as well. That's right. The Record of Fates alone wasn't enough to learn how to collect soul dregs. I'm sure you looked into many things on your own, but how much do you actually know? Who and where Tsuchimikado Seimon's descendants are? Were you able to find that sort of information with Gamyodo's connections? I can't reveal that. Then would you prefer I expose the public to how Gamyodo is a fraud with almost zero spirit sense? Fine, I understand. From the results of our independent research, I found that Tsuchimikado Seimon's descendant was Yoshimi Hajime. What? So that's why you went after Hajime. However, Yoshimi Hajime was only carrying a fragment of the whole. A fragment? That's right. He did say something about a fragment of an old manuscript. The location of the Yin Scroll was hidden. This information was split in two and hidden in a pair of talismans, which were then passed down from generation to generation. Ah, talismans? I see. Yoshimi Hajime was supposed to have one, but it was almost certainly stolen when he was killed. It's possible he knew the location of the other as well. So that's why you questioned me about the things he'd inherited. The girl Hajime had been helping recently must have had it then. Oh, Michio's talisman! Yes, Shiraishi Michio was also likely a descendant of Tsuchimikado Seimon. What? The talisman she carried was a keepsake from her father. We searched for it based on Ms. Chozawa's memories. However, Shiraishi Michio was already dead. Yes, by coincidence, she happened to be closely connected to Mr. Iwai, so we began our investigation from there. But he was already dead too, leaving you in a quandary. I see. Mio, if we can get both the talismans... Yep, we'll know the location of the Record of Fate's Yin Scroll! Wow, sometimes the answer is right under your nose. Sometimes the answers are the hardest to find. Those answers, the hardest to find. Alright. Okay, they're done. It's just Mio. Okay. Yako, let's keep quiet about the location of the talismans for now, okay? Ah, right. No need for Yumioka to know. That was a close one. I almost let it slip. Okay, I think that's about all we have to ask him. We'll let you off for today since you went along with all our requests nicely. Pleasure working with you. We're done here. But the information you have... The hell are you whining about? I said we're done, so scram! Ugh. That's all our business as well, so I shall be bidding you all for farewell. Yes, right. Excuse me, Mr. Investigator. Please don't forget about that curse stone. Don't you fret. I'll hand it over to Inspector Tsutsumi like I promised. I'm glad I didn't end up having to give it to that Yumioka. Let's take our leave, madame. With this, we'll be freed from this troublesome curse ourselves. That lady and the investigator, we should keep an eye on them. Agreed. Really? Why? I think they're up to something. Just my intuition, but still. Yeah, I wonder what that investigator really wanted out of all of this. If his goal was getting information about the curse stones, then this might have been bad. Oh, right. I got one of those curse stones too, the beckoning light. Oh, right. If you wouldn't mind, could you give it to Inspector Tsutsumi without using it? Yeah, sure. If you introduce me to the cop, that is. I feel like if I keep carrying it around with me, I'll start getting some weird ideas too. I just remembered! Mayu, I have something important to tell you. Whoa, what's with all the yelling all of a sudden? You know a girl named Okuda Hitomi, don't you? Really? Hitomi has Hajime's talisman? Yes, he entrusted it to her in a panic just before his death. He sensed an imminent crisis closing in on him, but Hitomi was the only one around he could ask for help. That's so. I'm sorry she got left with such a big responsibility. That must mean that Hajime got killed by someone who was after that talisman. But since he gave it to someone else, they couldn't steal it like they wanted. I'll have to thank Hitomi for that. I also think it's going to be hard for us to get her to give up the talisman. Yeah, you may be right. It was Hajime's dying request to her. So you two need the talisman for something? Yeah. Personally, I'd like to use the talisman as bait. Then I could get my hands on the bastard that killed Hajime. Please, I promise we'll uncover the mastermind behind all of this. They probably have supernatural abilities at their disposal, so please leave them to us. Yeah, we'll catch them, don't worry! Well, look at that! You got that look in your eyes. The look that young people get, that says they'll get something done no matter what it takes. How am I supposed to say no to that? You go find them and give them what they deserve for what they did to my Hajime, you hear? We will. I'm pretty mad at them myself. If punches work on them, I'll give them a good one. Now that I can get behind. I'll leave it to you two. Now then, your next move should be find Hitomi and get that talisman. Though, isn't there one more talisman that you need? Right, but we've got a pretty good idea of where the one Michio had is. We'll have to go check with Inspector Tsutsumi about that. We should go back to the school and call him. You got it. Alright, I'll head to the high school now and wait for you there. Perfect. Alright, cool. So, we now have Preparing for Battle and Last Resort. So these are going to be two kind of like awkward ones to pair together, because we've got the kids going to meet with Tsutsumi and with Mayu, and they're like collecting all the stuff, and then over here we've got Harue barely keeping it together, wanting to resurrect her son. So, alright, let's see. Have we gotten any updates to our things? Okay, so... Ayame... is missing. Alright, this seems like it's gonna be a lot of stuff. So let's go over here and see what's going on with Haruo and Richter, and then we'll end there for this week. Alright, last resort. Haruo and Richter rescue Chozawa Mayu and interrogate her along with Yumioka Takumi. Yet they fail to gain any particularly useful information about the curse bearers. They decide to return to Haruo's home when... We've received an update on the hostage situation. The 56-year-old male suspect who announced his intent to commit mass murder in Sumida City today had taken a woman hostage and gone on the run, but it was found by the police at a park in Sumida after 4 p.m. and confirmed dead. The weapon the suspect was said to possess was nowhere to be found on site, and its whereabouts are currently unknown. Furthermore, the female hostage was not present, and the search for her continues. Interesting. If it's being reported on the news, then that lends credence to her story. Well then, how should I proceed? Is this what it's like to be rushing to one's doom? Ah! I love how she's just always there. Like, you turn and she's just there. He was quite shaken just moments ago, but he seems better now. You'd think it'd be harder for him to keep his cool. I wonder what her intentions are. How is she able to act like nothing happened? Is this just how girls are these days? Yeah, man, that's the 80s. Anyways, I should ask you about her side of the story. Well, it's just like I said, right? The female hostage mentioned on the news just now. That must have been you. Which means you killed Nejima with your own curse stone? Well, you said you'd give me refuge, so I came here to take you up on that offer. What are you planning? Me? Well, obviously. I'm on to my last resort. So you're a curse bearer with a curse stone too, right? Are you surprised? Yeah, I have a curse stone of my own. It's the Taiko of Tsugaru. Then why go after other people's curse stones? Because killing people is bad, you know? Don't you think so too? You're right. It's wrong to kill people for the sake of resurrection. Right? And it's not even 1 for 1, so it's hardly a fair exchange. Either way, that's why I wanted to only use soul dregs gathered by others. But that didn't work out in the end. No one had the backbone to use their curse. The world's gone soft. With no one mercilessly using their curse in pursuit of their own goals, I had to take matters into my own hands. I heard Namigaki, that young man you were with, used his curse stone too. Huh? How do you know that? Ugh! Creepy much? Are you stalking me? This is such a good face. I may have heard it from a detective I know. Ugh, there it is. Cops. Bet you know a bunch. I know your type. People who boast just because they know a couple of cops. And the police is filled with nothing but scum. My, you seem to hold quite a grudge against the Force. Speaking of, this guy's really creeping me out. What's the deal with him anyway? You gonna explain? Even the way he moves is all weird and exaggerated. Whoa, you were being a homophobe, IMA. Right. I haven't introduced myself yet. I'm... no thank you. So, what were you talking about again? Oh, right. Namigaki Utaro. He's no good, honestly. He's such a wuss. I had to spur him on so many times for him to even use his curse, and even then he was pissing his pants. And just when I take my eyes off him, he hands over his curse stone to someone. Honestly, he's a disappointment. So that's what happened. Which is why I figured I had to do it myself if I wanted it done right, you know? How do you are in trouble. That's why my last resort is collecting soul dregs on my own. Let me introduce myself. It's hard to talk as strangers. Is it? And are you okay with telling me who you are? Well, I won't stop you. Do as you please. Well, I'm Shigema Harue, and this is my house. My father and husband are both with the police. Is that so? Then you know that cops are just the worst people, right? Well, there are certainly many who are cold, especially with their own family. In a police family, one is always expected to just grin and bear it no matter what happens. God, I know, right? What a relief. You understand. I think we might get along. Oh, well, I'm glad then. And I'm Richter Kai, private investigator. Ugh, did I ask? But, you're an investigator? So your job is to sneak around and follow people to pry into their secrets, right? Ugh, is that why you keep probing with all these questions? Ew. Guess there's not much I can do to change the terrible impression you got of me. Hey lady, why are you working with this dude? I asked him to look into something for me. Really? It's just that he keeps looking this way. Isn't your father a police officer as well? That man is not my father, not in name or deed. Sounds like there's some bad blood there. I've already legally cut all ties, even had the nerve to act all high and mighty today, and still refused to help me. You met him today? Yeah, today. Remember that Chief Tsutsumi who was chasing Nejima? Well, that's him, my dad. What? You're his daughter? Former daughter. I've cut ties. He's never acted like a father, so he doesn't deserve the title. You know, I heard something about that Nejima guy. Apparently he wanted to get revenge on Chief Inspector Tsutsumi for his arrest by going after his daughter. Wait, really? And I heard the police had been searching non-stop to take you into protective custody. So that explains why the police were staking out your place, too. Man, how could I have known that? They came in such intimidating numbers. Wait, huh? Hold on a minute. Doesn't that mean that Nejima was specifically after my life today? That sounds about right. It's a good thing you got out unscathed. Or rather, managed to turn the tables on him. Ooh, that means legally speaking it was self-defense. Whew, but that was truly quite frightening. To think I'd have to go through all this just to be related to a cop. It's a disgrace. It truly is, to cause their own child such trouble. I'm sorry. It's okay. You're not the one that needs to apologize, lady. I'm sorry. I just reminded me of what happened to my son. Your son? What happened? My child was also kidnapped and murdered in order to enact revenge against the police, you see. What? How awful! That's terrible! I'm sorry to hear that. Now that you say it, I do remember hearing about an incident like that last year. That must have been your son, huh? Oh, my condolences. Now that I think about it, although we've met a few times, I don't even know your name. I guess we're more like acquaintances now. So when you were taken hostage by Nejima, you used the curse stone in the gardens and swiftly made your getaway? Well, yeah. I didn't really have time to think on it. At the time, I only thought of how to get out of there. Then, what about now? Could you use it again, your curse stone? Well, the curse stone doesn't respond during the day, but it's evening now. So I tried using the curse just now, and yep, seems like I activated it. What? You're using it now? Might still be a little weak. Guess it's not supposed to be used repeatedly. But I think I could get it to work once more. Oh. That's so. Sure is, so I give you a final warning. It's already started, so be careful, It's started? What started? The curse stone, of course. All that's left is for the conditions to be fulfilled. calm down, ma'am. If using a curse, one would target a curse bearer. She activated her curse? The curse stones can be used already? I let my guard down. I didn't even think it could be used this early in the evening. Ma'am, please calm down. What should I do? Should I keep her talking? Whoa, 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 Jesus! Which curse stone? What are your stone's conditions? Do you have a light on you? I beg for forgiveness. What are the haunting clappers? What is your family like? Why me? Nejima's death. What is the Taiko of Tsugaru? What is Nejima's curse stone? What are the 7 mysteries of Honjo? What do you desire? Alright. Let's ask, what do you desire? No, instead of talking about that, how about we talk about why you're so shaken? As I thought, you have a curse stone too. You're a curse bearer, aren't you, lady? No. Ah, there we go. Huh? Ma'am, ma'am. Damn, did she fulfill the conditions? She sure did. Alright, it's time for a beatdown. Jeez, why did you have to hide now? Hide it now of all times. I wouldn't have come if you weren't a curse bearer. Stop! Too bad. She's already dead. This is horrific. I'll be taking her curse stone. Whoa. Huh? All the haunting clappers needed was a source of fire? That was a close one. Now then, what will you do, Mr. Investigator? You're not a curse bearer, so I don't have any reason to kill you. But I won't show you mercy if you're going to try and capture me. So what'll it be? I still don't know how her curse works. It's too risky to make a move. Your employer's already dead anyway, so there's no reason for you to go out of your way to arrest me, right? I could still do my duty as a citizen and report you, you know. Oh, what a surprise! This is when you decide to suddenly choose the side of righteousness? She was after the same thing, you know. There's no clean hands when it comes to soul dregs. Well, looks like you don't have anything to say about that. I'll be taking my leave then. Bye-bye! Upon killing Shigima Harue, a fellow curse-bearer, Dono Ayame obtained more than enough soul dregs for the rite of resurrection. However, it turned out that the resurrecting someone who died a long time ago required an even larger amount. To fulfill her heart's deepest desires, she needed to harvest more. So, she waited for the sun to set, but when the Feast of Shadows effects were at its peak. And she used the one-sided reed curse stone she had stolen from Nejima Fumichika. With it, she proceeded to kill all those whose personal information she knew, starting with those who mattered least to her. About the one-sided reed. Kills by a dismemberment, one whose face, address, name, occupation, and location are all known to the curse-bearer. Many of them were random men, gullible and disposable, drawn in by the allure of a female university student. One noteworthy victim among them was Tsutsumi Tetsuo, who, being a curse-bearer himself, was promptly targeted for his soul dregs. Tsutsumi's death threw the investigation efforts into disarray, allowing Ayame to evade capture. Afterwards, she acquired various address registers, and phone books, and systematically killed the people listed in them. Unsuspecting victims could be safe at home, only to suddenly have their limbs severed. The strange death shook society to its core. That's so funny. What a hilarious bad end. Ayame's awesome. I'm just gonna say. What a goddamn Chad. Visit Sumida from the tourism office. I actually think that's really fun. I think they should do that more often. Have this kind of like tie-in stuff for real-world places. You know, you set a fictional story there, involve, like, real-world, like, mythology and things. But all things must come to an end, and so in time, the killings stopped. Sometime after the killings, a modern-day genius female Gyoe artist burst onto the art scene. She introduced herself as the mysterious mad paintress, and her fame grew quickly as she presented one incredible work after another. Praised as the modern reincarnation of Hokusai Katsushika, she quickly made her own mark on history. Ending 4, Ayame's aspiration. That's so funny. Oh my god. Anyway, like I was saying, I think there should be a, I think there should be a, what's it called? Like a tourism effort for lots of different places. I think that should happen more often. They should take some of the tourism budget and promotional budget, and they should put it into developing, you know, like double A video games, like mid-tier video games that I don't mean mid-tier in terms of quality, I mean in terms of budget. Mid-budget games is what I was trying to say. Mid-budget games that get people interested in an actual real-world place that involves actual real-world history and real-world, like, folklore. I think that's fucking cool, and I want to see more of this idea with a lot of different things. I think that's really awesome, you know what I mean? So anyway, that's it for this week. We're gonna finish on that hilarious Ayame bad ending, and next time we will come back and we'll go a different route with the thing with Ayame. So, alright, thanks everybody, catch you later, and take it easy. Bye!